Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg, and this is Hanging with Mangg, where I just shoot the breeze, and you all just watch and listen to me shooting the breeze, and the breeze is being shot. Today we're going to be playing, I guess, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, and I don't really know anything about this game, and I'm probably not going to talk much about it. But Epic Name Bro has been putting up a few videos, and so I was like, alright, it's free with PlayStation Plus, and I think I played the original for like an hour, so I don't know. I'm probably going to be terrible, so don't expect much. So there was a week this week. It happened. Stuff happened. Yeah. Work just kind of is kicking my ass right now with the busy season. And it's not like we have a very long busy season. It's, 4 months or something like that. But, and it's not like I have a really hard job or anything. I'm not... People have it far worse than I do. But, we're a shipping company, mostly, and they put me in charge of all the shipping, so... I don't know what that does. So, being in charge of all that, and it's... And by being in charge of, I don't mean I get to organize and, order other people to get their acts together and oversee everything. No, it just means I have to ship everything. And we're a primarily online company. So there's a lot of shipping during the busy season. It's just like, oh yeah, he can handle it, it's great. Again, I don't want to whine. Your job is probably worse than mine in every way, But, for somebody weak like me. Okay. Yeah, so that goes on until mid-December, really. And then we start dying down again. And that's... I'm very much looking forward to it. Because, well, for one, that's right around Christmas, so... Christmas is kind of the bonus there. And then, I'm looking forward to picking up streaming again. I miss doing that. And in fact, yesterday, Saturday of this weekend, I did kind of a, not an impromptu, but I gave like a day's notice that I was going to be streaming on Twitch. Because I was banned from Twitch, so I was on Ustream, I was on Hitbox, and then I stopped streaming entirely. And, but I got a new modem. And so that bypasses the old IP ban. So I was able to make a new Twitch account, Mangg's LPs, and I've been watching... I don't know why I started watching that. What was I doing? Okay. Crap, what was I doing? For whatever reason, I stumbled upon a YouTube channel of a guy named Lobos Jr. who does mostly stream stuff. And he uploads the streams onto YouTube. And he does a lot of Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 stuff, and Demon Souls. And he does a lot of, challenging stuff. He does challenge runs, things like that. And so I started watching him, and it's really cool, and I was like, how come I've never tried this? You know, it sounds fun. And so I was like, I think maybe I'll try to do that, because I liked his stream setup a lot. He's got like a green screen behind him, and so it's kind of got like a transparent background, I guess. And so it's just him kind of sitting there, and it blends in really well with the game screen. And it looks cool, and then he's got like a chat overlay on the screen, so people that watch it on YouTube, they can see what was said in the chat, which is a nice feature. And he's got like his donation list going on there, and subscribers pop up, and it was really slick and really cool, and it just seemed like a lot of fun with him interacting in the... They're fun videos. They're like 5 hours long each, because he does these, you know, whole runs, but it seems just like a fun experience, and I was like, you know what, I want to try that. And so that's what I did yesterday on Saturday. I on my new Twitch channel, I did a Dark Souls 2 challenge run of... It was a challenge run of no death, no bonfire. And so I actually got a green screen because my brother bought a green screen at one point. And so I set that all up, and it looked really slick. Like, I probably could go with better lighting, but, and I didn't spend too much time setting it up. It could be improved, but it looked good because it blended in just like how it should, and it looked good. And I had the chat overlay going on, although there wasn't much chatting going on. And when I started streaming, I uploaded a video to YouTube, which I had never done before, but I know a couple big YouTubers do that when they stream. They'll just upload like a 30-second video saying, hey, I'm live right now. And so I think that video only went out to like seven people saw it before I was done, and I deleted it, but it's a start. And so, yeah, I streamed. I think we capped out at one point at like 9 or 10 viewers, averaged around 6 or 7. And, yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it, and I'll be probably doing it again next Saturday to finish the run. I'm going to upload the first part to YouTube once I handle getting all the clips and putting it together and rendering it. It's going to be about 4 hours and change. So it's a lengthy-ass video. Okay. Yeah, so it's a really lengthy video. I don't know if many people are going to be interested in watching, because you lose a little bit when it's not a live stream. You know, there's a difference. But I'll upload it, see if anybody watches it. And yeah, so it was fun. I shouldn't have started with no death, no bonfire, because that's like one of the hardest challenge runs you could do, I think. So once I finish this run, I think I'll move on to something a bit more just fun, like bow only or shield only or something like that. We'll see how it goes. But, you know, streaming on Saturdays is not a big deal. I noticed that my my X-Wing miniatures video was one of the well, it was really well received as far as views and likes go. It was like 70 some views, 7 likes, something like that. And so that's good to see. I like that, because there will probably be some more board game stuff tabletop stuff, whatever. See, I have no idea what any of this stuff does, because it's all just question mark. So other stuff coming on the channel. Well, the Lords of the Fallen will continue. Real-time weapon change will continue. Arkham Horror will continue. What else? Zelda, when I eventually get around to it, will continue. What else do I have going on? Roll manging, I guess. And then Tuesday, I'll be starting a new LP. But I won't tell you what it is. You can probably guess. And I won't be Let's Playing Dragon Age, FYI. I'll be playing it. And I hope it's good. I hope it's better than Dragon Age 2. But that's not a game I want to LP. That's way too long. So I'll just enjoy that on my own. Oh, God. And, yeah, so I'm hopeful for that. Sunset Overdrive. I haven't... Okay, see, that's something you gotta learn. Sunset Overdrive I haven't picked up yet. I'm not sure when I'll pick that up, to be honest. I got a lot to play right now. It's that time of year. What else is coming out? Halo Master Chief Collection. I wouldn't expect anything from me on that. There might be a video comparing Advanced Warfare to Titanfall and kind of a review of Advanced Warfare, but I gotta play it some more. I haven't played it enough yet. And I was gonna play it for Hanging with Mangg here, but that felt like way too intense and stressful, and I didn't want to deal with that right now. Not while I'm talking. Far Cry 4. I think, yeah, because Far Cry 4 and Dragon Age come out the same day, so I made a choice. And I went with Dragon Age, because I guess I'm more hopeful for that one. Far Cry 4, I expected it to be a lot like Far Cry 3, and Far Cry 3 was good, but it's just like, do I really need that right now? So, yeah, I don't know when I'll get Far Cry 4. Super Smash Bros. Comes out for Wii U next Friday. That I'll be getting. I have it pre-ordered. You'll probably see some videos of that. Or at least some sort of footage will be on my channel of that. I don't know to what extent. Depends how good Samus is. I think that's it for upcoming games. Based on the ones I didn't mention, you can probably figure out which one I'm LPing on Tuesday. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's why I'm LPing it. Yeah, just kind of keep on trucking on, I guess. As far as board games go, shit. Last Sunday, I don't think we did any. No, we didn't have a proper board game day, and it really pissed me off because it's been like 6 weeks. But I think that night I played Castles of Burgundy with my mom. We tried that out, and this is really like, this is my first Euro, I guess, like heavy Euro. And it's not a heavy Euro, but a straight Euro. And so I went through all the rules. I explained all the rules to my mom. And it's fun, like, sometimes when you're explaining rules, like, you know how complicated it must sound. That's what I felt like when I explained Castles of Burgundy. And so I wasn't sure she would really get it. And, you know, for pretty much any game, you're going to improve as you play. And she did. It started to click a little bit. And things started to flow smoothly. It plays 2 to 4, but I can't imagine playing it with 4. I really can't. That sounds tedious as all hell. But with 2, it clicked along pretty well. I enjoyed it. I definitely play it again. There's quite a bit of strategy going on. And so, it's like Stefan Feld's most famous game. So, yeah, I can see how it's pretty well praised. It's a good design. Let's see. There wasn't much board game playing that I remember. Oh. Yeah, it was kind of a slow week for board games, I guess. I don't think I even ordered anything. I think I might have pre-ordered something. I think I pre-ordered the new edition of Carcassonne. Because it was like $23 or something to pre-order, and I don't care about the new art style or whatever, it doesn't bother me. So $23 or something for Carcassonne seems like a good deal to me. Yeah, I think that was about it. Oh, no, I did receive something. I did receive stuff. Although when the hell did I get that? I felt like I had to get that last Saturday. I feel like I'm kind of losing my mind a little bit. Why would I not have talked about that last time? I have no idea. That had to have been last Saturday. I don't think I talked about it. I couldn't have. If I already talked about this stuff, call me a dumbass in the comments, please. But I received a few games last Saturday, which were Betrayal at the House on the Hill, which I remember Ren telling me to check out a while back, and I never did, and I apologize. But I finally looked into it, and they played it on tabletop, and I saw that episode and stuff. And so Betrayal at the House on the Hill is not really a betrayer game in the traditional sense of like a hidden traitor. Basically, it's like every haunted house horror theme possible stuffed into a single game. It's like the ultimate Halloween game, which means I probably should have had it in time for Halloween, but I'm dumb. And but basically, a group of teenagers, whatever, go into a haunted house, and they go around and they explore the whole house. They pick up items, and weird shit happens, bad shit happens. And then eventually one person is revealed to be the traitor, and it's news to them as well. And so the person that's the betrayer and the people that are regular, they both look through their own special book that details like the specifics of, well, they call it the haunt. So it's the storyline for that adventure, and it's all, you know, there's like 50 different ones, and so it's determined via a chart who's the betrayer and what haunt you're doing, and it could be all sorts of different stuff, like, you know, there's a poltergeist in the house, or there are vampires, you know, there's all sorts of different stuff going on, and you got to perform rituals, you got to rescue somebody, you got to leave the house, you got to do many different things, and so it seems really exciting. It seems fun. I want to check it out. But the biggest complaint about the game is the character cards, or the character tiles, I guess. These tiles come, they're like pentagons, I think. Yeah, so they're pentagon character tiles that represent your character, double-sided, and they have numbers running along all the sides that represent, you know, their traits, their skills, whatever, you know, what they're good at. And then it comes with these little plastic sliders that you're supposed to just attach on. And, like, it goes and it points to the number that you're yeah. I'm terrible at explaining this for some reason. It's just it's a slider that points to your skill level. Okay, you get it. And your skill levels can go up and down if you take damage, blah, blah, blah. The problem is these little sliders. They're shit. They're terrible. They don't attach at all. They attach like shit. And so they just fall off at a moment's whim. And it's terrible. I don't know how this passed quality assurance or anything like that. It's absolutely garbage. And so I was looking all around for, you know, remedies for such a thing. This doesn't help me at all, does it? There's no jump. And so some people make their own character cards and character sheets and that are much better. But I didn't really see one that grabbed at me. They looked so just generic and shit. It just didn't feel right. And so then I was looking through ways that people have fixed the sliders to work better. And so the best suggestion I read was you just put a piece of tape on the inside of the slider, and that thickens it up just enough that it doesn't wobble, doesn't wiggle. And so I went through and I had to put tape on every single one and cut it, and just it was tedious as all hell. Very annoying, but now it works properly, so I guess that's what a guy like me does on a Monday night. Tuesday night. Yeah, it was a Tuesday. I'm probably gonna die. Yeah, so that was... I don't know why I couldn't explain that properly. I also got Kemet. Yep. And Kemet is kind of like Risk. It's not too different from Risk in the sense that you get troops and there's areas that you want to control, you get benefits for them, and you're going to go up again, and you're going to fight other people's troops in glorious combat and hopefully defeat them. So those are the ways that it's similar, but it's a lot more streamlined, and there's no dice. So in that sense, it's a lot better. And you can get like power tiles that give you special bonuses, and you can upgrade your shit, and you're trying to control pyramids, and it's all got kind of like a fantasy Egyptian theme. And there's like, it comes with a bunch of miniatures that are really awesome looking. Like, I can easily use them in D&D. Because there's like a big elephant miniature, and there's like a scorpion miniature. There's some really cool stuff in there. And so yeah, not a whole lot to say about that. It looks really polished. I really like the game board. Plays 2 to 5 people, and I want to get a group together to play it because we used to play Risk occasionally, and we'd play for like 7 hours or some shit, and we still wouldn't finish. But I had a lot of I had a lot of fun with Risk on occasion because we would form secret alliances, and then you'd get pissed at the dice rolls because you just lost like 40 to 15, and oh god. So there was a lot of shit moments in Risk, and Kemet, I'm hoping, kind of can alleviate that. So I don't know. I don't know when I'll get to play that, but it looks fun. And then I got Marvel Dice Masters. I got the new Uncanny X-Men starter set. And so this is kind of an interesting game. It's a dice game. And you put dice in a bag, and you get more dice, and you add it to the bag, and you're rolling dice every turn, and you get energy from some dice rolls that you use to purchase more dice to go into the bag so you can roll more dice. There's a lot of dice going on. And so I just bought the starter set, which comes with, 40 dice or 50 dice, some amount like that. And it's enough for 2 people to play. And I have no idea when I'm gonna get to play this. I'm not sure why I bought it, but it was like $11 or something for the starter set. And Tom Vassell raved about the first set, Avengers versus X-Men or something like that. I don't remember. It was out of stock when I heard about it. And so yeah, it was like $11. I was like, fine, I'll just add it to this order to put it over $100. And there we go. So I have no idea when I'll get to play that. It seems kind of interesting. Maybe could be fun, but it doesn't seem like something my mom would play. And so it's like, if it's a 2-player game, it's got to be something my mom would be interested in. And if it's heavier than that, I'd rather just play Netrunner with somebody. And it makes me sad because nobody wants to play Netrunner. If anybody watching wants to come to Wisconsin to play Netrunner, you can hit me up. It's probably a good invitation to get murdered, but it might be worth it. I meant you murdering me, not the other way around. I wouldn't murder you. I'm not like that. Yeah. So I just placed another order because I like ordering video game or board games. I order video games too. I order a lot of stuff. I just got money to spare. That's what the busy season of work gives you, man. I'm telling you. Tears down. Luck down. That doesn't sound good at all. Yeah, so I ordered a bunch of shit. I don't know, the order just kind of kept on expanding. Because normally I just order the $100 worth so I get the free shipping, but this one kind of kept on going. I ordered Chaos in the Old World, or something. I think that's what it's called. I'm pretty sure. Let me look. I want to get the title right. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Chaos in the Old World. Yeah. And so this is kind of a Warhammer-themed game, I think, which I know very little about, so don't ask me questions. But you play as 4 different gods in the Warhammer universe. So I know of Khorne, I think is how you pronounce it, who's like the war blood god or whatever, and that's cool. I'd probably play as him. But there's also like Pestilence and other stuff. I don't know. I can't remember at the current time. And so I think it's like asymmetrical area control or something like that. And I hear a lot of good things about it. And it's for 4 people, and pretty much only 4 people. And I don't know, it sounds cool. I like what I know of the lore of the Warhammer universe appeals to me. It sounds cool. And so I hear the game board looks like it's human skin that's been pulled taut, and that represents the map. Like it's drawn on human skin. I don't know, it sounds cool. It sounds edgy. And, yeah, I don't know, it could be cool. And it just came back in stock at Cool Stuff Inc., which is why I put it on there. I also ordered Dixit, which plenty of people talk about. Mostly Z Garcia over at the Dice Tower loves Dixit, and so it's very very non-confrontational party game that I could easily play with family members. Even, you know, that's one of the biggest things is like kids. Not many games I own would I want to play with kids. Very, very few. And so that kind of upsets my mom, especially. She wants some games to play with her grandkids. And so Dixit, I could definitely see doing that, because it's just like, yeah, they could be just retarded, and it doesn't really affect the game too much. But yeah, Dixit seems like a fun family gathering game. I doubt I'd ever play Dixit with the regular board game day group. But, okay, Dixit. What else was on there? Camel Up, I put on there because it won the Spiel des Jahres for this year, which is the biggest, it's the most prestigious board gaming award given every year. Some people apparently are questioning the decisions of the committee of recent years. I wouldn't know much about that, but I also hear Camel Up is just a good game, so... I own Hanabi from last year. I haven't played. So... Alright, Camel Up could be fun. It plays up to 8, and it's a family game, so that's pretty uncommon. What else was on there? Oh, the Castles of Mad King Ludwig. So this is a brand new game from the maker of Suburbia, and I've been playing Suburbia on my iPad, and I was gonna order that because Suburbia is a really fun game. But I hear people saying this new game's even better, and it just came into stock, and I was like, alright, fuck it, I'll just order the new one. Okay, there is one item I'm forgetting. Oh, Tragedy Looper. Okay, Tragedy Looper is a game that came out in Japan in 2011, and just came out in English this year. And people are saying it's like the sleeper hit of this year. And it sounds really interesting. I don't have a total grasp of the rules, because I never get a total grasp of the rules until I've actually sat down and gone through it. But basically, as far as I understand it, one player is playing the mastermind, and everybody else is just playing people. And so the mastermind has a few goals that he wants to accomplish, and I think he only needs to accomplish one of the goals during the course of the game. And so that might be, you know, kill a certain person, a NPC, or something like that. You know, the goals can vary. And, shit. The players are there to prevent that from happening over the course of a certain number of days or attempts. I think it's attempts, yeah. They have a certain number of attempts, I think, that they need to prevent this from happening. And so, again, I don't know how the game really plays. I just know how the general sense of it. But the players will have to kind of make decisions to try and prevent this goal from being met. And they don't know what the goal is, I don't think. They have to kind of figure it out. And they do that because every time they fail and the goal happens, time gets reset. And they go back in time and they have to do it again. And so now their decisions, you know, can be influenced by the knowledge that they gain. But also then the mastermind can make his decisions a little bit different. And so once the players figure out the goal, or the goals, I guess, that the mastermind is trying to accomplish, you know, they have to try and prevent that from happening. But they only get a certain number of attempts before it's just like, oh shit. If they run out of attempts and the mastermind finishes his goal on that turn, then I guess the mastermind wins. And so I guess that's the general sense of it. Again, I don't know how it all exactly plays out. You get the point, though, where this kind of time reset thing, which is pretty new as far as I understand it. I don't know of any other game that's like that. That sounds really sweet. I desperately want to play as the mastermind. And of course I'll play as the mastermind the first time, because I know the rules. So yeah, I don't know. Is it the sleeper hit of the year? Maybe. Hard to kind of tell that until the end of the year, I suppose. But yeah, it sounds interesting, and so I had to throw it on there. Because why not? And then I threw on there for really no reason whatsoever. I guess because it was very cheap and it was on the front page of Cool Stuff Inc. But I added D&D 5th edition Paladin spell cards. And so these are just, you know, cards that show every spell that a Paladin can get. I have no idea why I threw this on there, because I'm probably going to die as my Paladin in this campaign pretty soon. And so that'll be just pointless. But it was like $5 and I was like, alright, sure. I should probably just get that for 4th edition. I play that. In the long run, I'm probably going to end up playing that more, but okay. $5. Whatever. Yeah, so that was my Cool Stuff order. I'll get that on like Thursday. Is this even doing anything? No, because they have to open up. But he doesn't have to, he can just walk into me. Wow, this room sucks. So today we had our first proper board game day in a long time. 6 weeks or so. Yeah. And we played quite. We had like 7 people at the start. I was really impressed. Well, actually, we started with 6, and we started with Coup with the new expansion. And I really like the new expansion. It's really like a perfect mini expansion. It's like, what, $10 or something like that. And it adds a bunch of... Well, it adds a new type of card. So it gives you like an option if you want to use the old card or use the new variant. And then it adds a new mechanic to the game that just is like, why would you ever really play without it? It enhances the game in such a way that's like, this is perfect. And so the new mechanic is a loyalty system. If you've never played Coup, well, for one, I recommend it. Check out Coup, it's great. It's not expensive, pick it up. Get it as a stocking stuffer for somebody. I don't know, just grab it. But in Coup, you're trying to just eliminate other players through various means. And so the loyalty system is everybody gets a loyalty between one of two factions, loyalist or reformist. And loyalties can change throughout the game. You can pay money to flip your own or flip somebody else's loyalty card. And but you can't take aggressive actions against somebody of your own loyalty. And so that in itself just adds a whole new thing to the game. But if everybody is the same loyalty, then it's just a free-for-all, just like the old times. And so it's kind of crazy. It adds a lot of meat to the game where it wasn't there before. So I guess if you're not looking for that a bit more meatiness, maybe the expansion isn't great. But if you wanted you wanted coup but a bit more, I think the loyalty system is fantastic. Where it's not fantastic is when you play with 7 people. We played with 7 people with the loyalty thing, all that, and my god, the game was ruined. Because if you get eliminated early on in a 7-player game with coup, with the loyalties, with people that like to think things through, prepare to sit there for an hour doing nothing. Like, that's where you just need to get... But if it's just you, you're screwed. If it's somebody else, maybe you can play something else, but... Oh my gosh. And that happened to me, of course. I got eliminated... Not early, I guess it was like halfway, but halfway and in like an hour-long game or something. It was cool like I had never experienced it. It was terrible. So never again will I play with 7. You can play up to 10, but no human would ever actually do that, so... So that was a disappointing start, I guess. Because it was like, oh man, 7 people, that didn't work. Because normally coup is like our go-to filler game. So we were like, so I was already like setting up the next game, and everybody else was just like, alright, just get this game over with, because they were really excited about this next game I was setting up, and that was Cash and Guns, the 2nd edition. So Cash and Guns, oh my gosh. Ooh. Alright, so Cash and Guns comes with foam pistols, which is what got them so excited. They're very enticed by these foam pistols that were being handed out. And yeah, they're fun to hold. Fun to point. And that's kind of why the game rocks. But the point of the game is to get the most amount of, to have the most amount of money at the end. And so it's kind of a bluffing game, but not really. There's no real bluffing because it's mostly silent. But it's just it's like an intimidation game, I guess is what you'd call it. Because throughout the course of the game, you're going to be playing a card face down, and either it's going to be a bullet or it's going to be an empty. And if it's an empty and you know, your gun goes off, then nothing happens. But if you had a bullet in there, then they get shot. And they don't get any loot that round. And you want loot because that's how you win. And so there's going to be just a person that says, you know, 1, 2, 3. And on 3, everybody suddenly raises their pistol and points it at somebody. And so you all just be sitting there, it's all cool, having fun and everything, and then boom, you look over to your right, and there's a foam pistol an inch away from your face. And it's just like, you're pointing that gun at me? Pointing that gun at me? And it's just like, people get vicious with that shit, man. And so I can't wait to bust that out for like Thanksgiving. Just have, you know, my mom point a foam pistol at somebody's face. And so then, you know, it's kind of like then the intimidation comes in. It's either like, did they play a bullet? Are they pointing this gun at me so aggressively because they are ready to shoot me, or they just want me to think that they're ready to shoot me? And so, really, I mean, me explaining the game probably doesn't really capture it, because it's all about just those foam guns. It's all about just pointing those guns at your friends and family. And it's glorious. We had a whole lot of fun. We played it twice. Great game. Just fun as hell to point those things. And I didn't win either game. And I got a well, because the first game, you know, I explained all the rules. I own the game, and so I started as the Godfather because he gets a little extra rules. He's the one that counts down and stuff like that. And so people, I guess, misjudged the importance of the Godfather. He's not that crazy powerful or anything like that, but multiple people pointed their guns at me, and multiple people had bullets, and so I got wounded I was almost knocked out of the game in the first round just because people, oh, he owns the game, he's the Godfather, he knows everything's going to win. Like, that's the worst part about owning a game and explaining the rules, is people just go after you. And then the second game I got killed because I was just dumb as hell. But, hella fun game. Would recommend. Whole lot of fun for $25. And so then I started setting up Cosmic Encounter. Because it's Cosmic Encounter, you know I love it. I wanted to play. And, because we had 6, because Ziggy's wife came over. And I think I told that story about our Halloween board game night, where she kind of threw the game, and I was very hesitant to play Cosmic again with her. I didn't want that to happen. But I was like, well, it's Cosmic. Maybe she won't make that same action again. Maybe it'll be okay. But then people were like, oh, I thought we were going to play a new game. And I was just like, well, I mean, we just did. Like, because I have a lot of games. I have a lot of games they haven't played yet. I have more games they haven't played than they have. And so I was like, well, I didn't think you guys wanted to just keep learning new games every time. But we ended up not going with Cosmic. I was okay with that, because I do want to play every game that I've bought. That's why I buy them. So we played Libertalia, which is going to be featured on the next season of Tabletop, FYI. This is a pirate-themed game. I don't know what that did. Pirate-themed game. It seems similar to Citadels, I guess. Basically, everybody secretly picks a role, and then your role does all sorts of different actions, and it determines who gets first selection at grabbing the booty, and you want booty because it's how you win. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm not really going to go into much explanation. I'm sure Will Wheaton will explain it for you if you're interested at some point. I liked it. I didn't love it. And I'm trying to figure out why I didn't love it. And I'm not sure I have a good answer. Like, it just didn't click as perfectly as it could have. I mean, I enjoyed it. I would play it again. But I guess I expected more. I don't know. Like, it was just like, you play a card, you grab your booty, and generally you're not going to get what you want. And you're going to feel just disappointed. And then the next round, it just keeps going, and then the game's over. I guess it felt overly long for the mechanics. Like, it's a very simple game, and I guess it took longer than I thought it would. I don't know. Maybe I needed another playthrough to get a good judgment. But yeah, it did feel a little long. And then that was pretty much it. I of course would have preferred to play Cosmic in the end. I didn't expect Libertalia to beat Cosmic. But yeah. And so that's pretty much it for board game discussion. As far as the girl portion of the board games and girls, not much to talk about. I mean, the Tinder thing is just kind of depressing, really. I mean, yeah, if you're a good-looking guy with good pictures, you go on Tinder, you're just looking for a good time, yeah, Tinder's probably cool. If you're somebody like me or my buddy, we haven't had too much luck. And so it's just kind of like, how long do you spend just flipping through an endless amount of girls without really getting any results before you just give up? I don't know. I mean, I'll probably stick with it just because it's fascinating to me. Just go through hundreds and hundreds of girls and just judge them. But yeah, I'm not holding out much hope there. And so we were talking, a few of us last night at Applebee's, and we were talking about our unescapades with Tinder. And our one friend who met his girlfriend on there, he was the one that inspired us to get on there. Just like, I'm hopeful for you guys, man. I think you know, you just gotta stick with it. You'll get there. I was in the same boat as you, you know. I'm just like you guys. I just got lucky, and I'm just like, you're not anything like me. You know, we're pretty different. Here's a guy who, you know, he just works at a normal job, physical labor, day in, day out, goes home, watches the basketball game, has a few drinks, rinse and repeat over and over. He's a pretty normal guy. I consider myself not very normal. Like, I mean, you guys listening, if you watch my videos and, you know, my kind of candid discussions, you know what I'm into. You know a bit of what makes me who I am. I'm not really a normal person. I don't want to be. But, you know, I'm a unique guy in my interests and hobbies. And then, you know, I'm not going to, like, boast or anything. But I would say I lean towards the intellectual. Like, I mean, I'm not dumb, but it's like I'm also not immature. I'm not sure. It's gonna be tricky to find a girl with similar interests as me. Like, that I could have a conversation with. Like, I know what bicameralism is. I have that knowledge in my brain. It's useless knowledge in there, but it's like, what am I going to do with that? How's that going to help me in conversation? I know what that is, and I know how to play an angry paladin in D&D. Great. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I know what my main problem is when it comes to courting. Which is more of a physical problem, I guess. But I'm working on it. But yeah, you know. I'm not as desperate, I guess, as my other friend is. He's pretty thirsty, is the term they use nowadays. I'm not really like that. I'm not in any rush. Like, I don't want a girlfriend just for the sake of having one. That just seems like a waste of time and money. And like I said, I used to believe it would just be like fate. It would just kind of work out. I don't believe that anymore. I'd like to. I'd like to be very ignorant, but I can't. So I'm just going to keep making videos, and that's about it. I will keep attempting to entertain some people on the internet. That's all I can do, baby. Yeah, that got a bit personal, I know. I'll try not to do that again. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much all I got to say this time. It wasn't a very thrilling week. As for this game, I don't know. I'm not very good, and that impacts my opinion. Like, I feel like if I was really good at this game, it'd be pretty cool. Because it's, you know, different every time, and it's roguelike. Roguelite, I don't know. But I suck, so I'm never going to get past, like, the 3rd level. But it was free, so can't complain. Yeah. Alright, well, that is going to be Hanging with Mangg for this week. I was about to say hopefully I have more stuff to talk about next week, but I don't think I will. You never know what the week may bring, I guess. That is true. Yeah. All right. That's going to wrap it up for me then. So, my name is Mangg. This has been Hanging with Mangg. See you fine folks next week.